Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
I'm C Gamer,
I'm May.
I'm Ash.
This is Ashton.
and we are
We're doing a review on the Pokemon movie.
the Pokemon movie.
Detective Pikachu.
It was a Pokemon movie.
It's Detective Pikachu. We just saw it. It's like 7:30.
2 hours
So like
ago?
2 hours ago, we just got out of the theater.
So it's still fresh somewhat.
So, what do you guys think?
For starters, pre-film, I had my expectations and my hopes pretty low. I think my idea before that was, hey, who greenlit this? This is an awful idea. It's gonna crash and burn. And after watching it, I think the general consensus is that was way better than it had any business being.
Mm-hmm. You saw that Reddit you said?
I saw that on a Facebook friends page
Yeah.
who summed it up. They said Detective Pikachu is way better than it has any right or deserves to be. And I agree 110%.
Yeah.
It was cute.
It was cute.
It was adorable.
So it was interesting for me. I'll make my little spiel real quick. I am an OG 151 Pokemon guy. Like, I'm first generation.
I only made it to Generation 2. After that, it was just like, this is too much. Y'all need to slow down. You're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, I'm an old school Generation 1. What was cool, though, was for people who are fans of Generation 1 and Gen 2, which I know you knew Gen 2 a little bit. You know Gen 2. You saw Pokemon that fit with Gen 2 that I didn't know distinctly off. So they kept it relatively, I almost want to say nostalgic.
No, there were Pokemon from pretty much every generation.
Were there?
They would reference on Pokemon. Like, I remember Arceus popped up 1 second, which is pretty much like the Pokemon God. And like,
Yeah.
Pikachu makes it. Sorry, spoilers. Oh shit.
This is a review. This will be spoilers.
Okay, let's see into it. Spoilers.
Yeah, we didn't mention that at the beginning, so
We'll put it in the thing, in the title.
okay.
So anyway, but yeah, no. Spoiler wise,
I asked him finish.
Yeah, they make a reference to Arceus, and it's just like, that's hilarious. And also, there are just Pokemon from almost every generation, but just a good chunk of them, and I appreciated that.
yes. For me overall, there were a bunch of funny moments. Like, it was very cute, and there were several jokes that made me go, definitely slipped in there for us older generations to go see.
Which makes sense, because it's just like such a nostalgia boon, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Makes a lot of sense.
You were squealing in nostalgia. So anyway, what do you?
I got emotional at the Pidgeys. Like the Pidgeys that came
Pidgeotos.
The Pidgeotos.
in. They were all three of them, weren't they?
I know, but you corrected me and I said, look, Pidgeys. And
No,
you
I
went,
will be-
Pidgeotos.
There was a Pidgey.
Right.
It was a Pidgey, and there was a Pidgeotto, and there may have been a Pidgeot.
Anyway, but you did get emotional. You were very nostalgic.
I got nostalgic.
Oh no, I cried a little bit towards the end, but beyond that, were there any going in as a nostalgia fan and recognizing that may have been an angle that they were going for, was we can not only get old fans. I mean, we can not only get the young generations that are coming up, but
that are still watching it.
the
Yeah.
old people who come in just to see this because this is a part of their childhood, a part of their framework. I was looking for certain Pokemon. I was looking for Espeon. I was looking for Misdreavus. I was looking for Mimikyu. One of the new ones, I think it's adorable, and so on and so forth. Did you guys have anything you were looking for?
I was looking for. I was kind of surprised. Once again, this will be spoilers, but there was no Vulpix, which made me kind of sad. There were a lot of Growliths. I liked the Growliths.
They were so cute.
They were. So no Vulpix, which made me kind of sad. And this is central to the plot, so again, spoiler. But I was super excited that Mewtwo plays such a role in this film. I won't give everything away, but as somebody who saw Pokemon the first movie at 10, 18 years later, 20 years later, seeing it, it was cool that Mew was very similar in a lot of ways to what my knowledge of the lore is. And keep in mind, I've been out of it for, what generation are they on now?
They literally just made Hawaii region.
Okay.
That was literally they had
Isn't that Gen 8?
mutation. Yeah, they had mutations of the original one.
So I'm 7 gens off. But I will say this: they did say Kanto region, and they did have an origin for Mew, and I was very happy. That was a little Easter egg that made me happy. Also, there is a Home Alone Easter egg in there. Did you guys catch it?
Of course not.
The old detective movie? It's the movie that Kevin uses in Home Alone to get people to leave him alone.
I'm sorry.
Yes, so there is... Did you catch it?
I haven't seen Home Alone in years.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like, who is it? What money? You know, he'll mute the old hard-boiled detective movie and use it. So anyway, there is no post-credit scene when we checked. So kinda.
But beyond that, it was just really interesting seeing.
What?
They really did it. They really made like a Pokemon city where humans and Pokemon got along as best as they could, and I liked kind of like the very well maintained camp that they had. Like, it's just these people in like these ridiculous outfits and like costumes that were like one part athleisure wear, one part like way too prim for like day-to-day life.
The setting was good. I liked the setup for the city. I like it really. I mean, I don't want to be like super praising, but they really hit the right notes for multiple audiences. Like I could follow along, and I haven't followed Pokemon actively for 15 years. And
you just slid right in there.
Yeah, like I didn't feel like I like. Obviously, there were Pokemon I didn't know, but like, I just felt like I was just I slipped right back in there, like no problem, and that was amazing for me. I was a little worried that I wouldn't.
You wouldn't feel like you fit in.
Yeah, I would feel like there would be a little pandering towards the older nostalgic fans, but no, it was really cool to go back there. I was really happy about it.
Beyond that, I found the music was really good. They mixed in a good amount of just like kind of like synth and I guess just Game Boy, like 8-bit Game Boy noises to like kind of level it out. It still was really smooth.
There's a Pokemon solo in there. I will not give anything away on it, but it was not bad.
It was not bad.
And it was also terrifying.
Yes.
But
no, there are elements of this that are terrifying. Like, I'm sorry, Mr. Mime was like, oh my god. And there is the pettiest ditto I have ever seen in this movie. It's hilarious. A petty.
There were some dark moments. Like, I was like, they went there? That was a thing?
I was thinking, okay, they're going to have, like, ghost Pokemon at some point. We're going to talk about that. No, we're just making, okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
We're going there.
And then, we got a comment. What did you feel about Ryan Reynolds?
I liked him.
I still think Danny DeVito would have been better. But,
okay, well.
you know. I'm one of those people who's like not on board like the Ryan Reynolds train.
You're not okay. Well, that's
like,
good
because I'm petty, and I'm.
I hate to
as
say
an
it.
actor, as an actor, I'm like.
I'm sort of on the train.
He did a really good job. Okay, he did a really good job.
No, that's good. Like, I am on board the Ryan Reynolds train. Like, I was that led to me wanting to go see it more. But for somebody who isn't on the train, it's pretty cool.
It's like, here's another like nostalgic role. Please don't mess up this one like you did the first one.
I have to throw this jab in there, though. We were also set up because they happened to show us the Sonic trailer leading up to Pokemon.
Which doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to. I think the aesthetic and the color palette looks amazing.
Well, I hear rumors that they're going to fix it.
That Sonic is terrifying. Like, Jim Carrey
is hospitalized for trying to carry that movie.
If you had told me there would be a dapper Jim Carrey in my life at some point, like a dapper, super campy, super clean looking, like, Jim Carrey in my life, I would not have believed you.
Like, the only reason I'm gonna go see it is because Jim Carrey's in it.
He looks and sounds amazing, and it's him at his best, which is when he's just kind of...
Jim Carrey.
Trying to
the
act
question
serious.
Well, no, that's the question, though, is, and we're totally segueing here, but... It is the terrifying Sonic worth the dapper Jim Carrey?
They're gonna fix it. They're gonna make it the best that they can look. But also understand, I would be seeing that regardless because I feel like there's a new trend here of like, it's either gonna be great like the Pokemon feel or Pokemon movie, or it's either gonna be terrible. But it's like these nostalgia films are kind of something that's like becoming a thing.
Well,
There's
yeah, I mean,
lucrative money
Lion
in it.
King's coming out, Aladdin's coming out.
It's been going for a while, but it's really starting to pick up stride because hey, we have a good one. It's not like
So-
Beauty and the Beast and other stuff.
I did look, they have greenlit the sequel. We have no details, obviously. The sequel is greenlit.
Mm-hmm.
When do we get a Legend of Zelda video game or adaptation?
Can they?
I heard something on Facebook coming to Netflix, but I don't know if it's true.
But would that go into like Prince of Persia territory? Because that's a very confined.
Well, that's
lore.
the thing. I'm like,
Like the costuming, they would have to spend a shit ton on costuming alone.
yeah, that's the thing that's interesting. Like you point out, we are getting more of these, but at the same time, like they did Pokemon well.
I'm literally saying it's gonna be Game of Thrones with a psychedelic color palette. Like it was gonna be expensive.
Yeah, that's true. Depending on how they do that.
No,
So
but go
when
on.
do we get our Final Fantasy movie again? Our next one.
I don't know. Ivan Children pretty much summed it up for 7. I don't think they're gonna cash out any other games.
Got it.
But they're bringing all the Final Fantasies to Switch and Xbox now, so making money that way.
What other video games would you guys want to see adapted?
Into a film,
Mm-hmm.
into a nostalgia film.
Well,
Fallout. That's the only thing with a Bethesda game. There's so many choices. Which storylines do you pick?
they have to make a storyline.
Yeah. Suppose that could work.
Like, the only thing we got was Nuka Break
Yeah.
on YouTube.
What about you?
I can't think of anything that actually has like a like a chance. There's this really fascinating horror game a couple of years ago called Soma that I would love to see made into a movie, and it has an accompanying like mini series, like mini film series, and there was supposed to be a film, but it never really took off. But I would just like to see, I guess, more. It doesn't just have to be like big budget like video games. Why not like the weird, obscure stuff that makes people feel and try to see what that does in the.
So my game?
Oh,
Siphon Filter.
what is that about?
Siphon Filter was a PlayStation 1, 3. They made Siphon Filter 1, 2, and 3, and then they made a bunch for portable, and then they made the Omega strain for PS2. It's about a genetically engineered virus that is designed specifically to go after people with a certain genome.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a terrifying idea, and you play as the character Gabe Logan, who's part of this agency where you get to take people down, and it's very old school Tom Clancy style for PS1.
Mm-hmm.
Most people bought it because you could have a taser and fry somebody to
That
death.
sounds.
You could
fun.
set them on fire. It is very. But they had spoiler alert for Siphon Filter 1. If you haven't played it, well, you've had 20 years, so I'm sorry. But you go around inoculating all these poor innocent people who you are trying to cure and help out because you're the good guys. And you're in this beautiful church, and it's got these stained glass windows, and it's a fantastic setting. I mean, it's ahead of its time. And then in the next episode, or in the next mission, you discover that you weren't actually inoculating them. It was potassium chloride. And so you were accidentally executing them. And it was these type of 24 Jack Bauer twists in the story plot that just would throw you off like crazy. Like, you'd think you would have it figured out. Cut mission, you get in, you help everybody out, then come to find out the guy above you is setting you up, and if you go back and replay it, you can see the signs. So it's twisty as fuck.
That sounds amazing. It's a movie. It just writes itself.
I mean, they had fantastic storytelling, but anyway. What do you want to say? Anything else? So, Pokemon, Detective Pikachu. Thumbs up, yes?
They
no?
did that.
They did.
They did that whole thing. Just several.
Yeah, just fantastic. I have some gripes about AMC, but in relation to the movie, it was great. Really enjoyed it. So, when they make the sequel, we're gonna probably go see it. So,
That'd be better.
on that note, I'm the gamer.
I'm ready.
I'm Ash. I'm a friend. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys. All right, thanks for watching our review. Have a great night.